Apprehend God in all things, for God is in all things. Every single creature is filled with God and is a book about God. Amen. So the other day, I was listening to something on my phone, and it was a coach, a woman softball coach. And it looked like she was leading a camp or something like that for middle school softball players, girls. And she gave this talk to this group of girls, and I thought, as I was listening to it, and I've listened to it throughout the day today, I thought this is an ideal talk for Ash Wednesday, really for the whole of Lent. And so I want to share a bit of it with you because I found it so powerful. In the talk, she said this. She said, if you don't hear anything from me or anything that I say today, hear this. You are worth far more than anything you will do on the field this evening. She said, you are worth far more than the outcome of your performance during the game. And then she went on and she said, I tell you this because we love softball, all of us. She said, it's my job and we all devote our time and energy and our money. She said, heck, you guys walk around here with your $1,000 bat bags that your parents have bought for you and go to tournament after tournament after tournament every weekend and devote just a tremendous amount of your life to it. And she said, and that's great. She said, that's fantastic. She said, I hope you're thankful that you get to play this game, that you're allowed to do this. And then she said, but that doesn't mean that your whole sense of being, who you are as a person, should be measured by if you get a hit or if you strike out. She said, the sooner you can realize that your entire self-worth is not measured by if you win or lose a game, the sooner you can learn that, the sooner you can play the game more freely. And she said, the more fun you'll have and the better you'll do. And she said something to this effect. You do not have to be perfect. You do not have to be perfect. So Lent starts today, and here we are. And I want to tell you that for me anyway, Lent is here to remind us of exactly what that coach was saying to those girls. For me, she was saying to them, don't forget that you're human beings. Not just softball players. You're human beings. You do not have to be perfect. No one thing that you do, that any of us do, will ever fully define who we are. I think Lent says that. Nothing that we can do, not one thing, can fully capture who each of us is as a person. She said, and I say, and Lent says, so embrace your humanity. Don't be afraid of it. Be human as fully and completely as you can be human, with all that comes with that. And recognize that as we live our lives together, sometimes we'll come up to the plate, metaphorically speaking, and we'll hit a home run. And sometimes we'll come up to the plate, metaphorically speaking, and we will strike out because we're human. And Lent is trying to help us focus on that, embrace that, celebrate that in all its fullness. The home runs, the singles, the doubles, the triples, and the strikeouts. All of it. We're human, and Lent is here to release us from the almost kind of frantic chase of perfection. We're not intended to be perfect. We're intended to be whole and full and complete. And Lent is here to remind us of all that. And Lent is here to remind us that as we live this life together, through it all, we're worth far more than we can even imagine. So, can you see why I liked her speech? And why I think it's a perfect one for Lent? But even though you might see it, I know that there's some of you out there going, yeah, but what about giving stuff up? Right? Aren't you supposed to give stuff up for Lent? Well, here's the thing. If you need to give stuff up, give up what you need to give. But let me add one thing. Try giving up the illusion of being perfect. Try giving up that you think you need to be perfect. And embrace your humanity this Lent. And see what happens on Easter. Amen.